Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the HVAC Overtime at
I just
9 o'clock ish.
the screen.
Joe, Justin, Adam, all you guys. If you guys don't know him, Joe Canada, he's the one with the fuzzy ball on his head. Justin's got the chin strap beard going on down there in a good way. Adam just looks cool. So tonight we're going to be discussing, what is it, guys? 80, 90 percenters?
80 versus 90.
80 versus 90.
Yeah.
And we're mostly going to be talking about why 80s are so much better than 90s. Is that right?
No,
That is correct.
that is not correct.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Actually, it came up because you want to put a new furnace in your house, right, Bill? Like
That's true. Yep, that's exactly how this whole thing got started.
This guy to rip out a boiler, for God's sakes.
Yeah, let's lay down the foundation of this epic tale of 80 v 90. And it started with my house, which was built in 1897. Like shortly after the Pilgrims landed, they built my house and then moved on and spread it across the country. So they built my house, and it was originally designed with a steam boiler, I think, judging by the radiators and the pipe sizes, but I don't know that. But anyway, my boiler it has a very uneven heat, and I don't like boiler heat. It's just bothersome to me. So I want to rip it out, and I want to install furnaces. So I'm debating on whether I want to do 80% or 90%. Now, keep in mind, I'm not a residential guy. I've never really done this sort of a project on my own. So I turned to these three fine gentlemen for guidance. And
Can I say,
mixed reviews.
I think you're the first person I've ever talked to in the history of time that has said they don't like boiler heat.
Man, I hate it.
I know, right?
I hate it.
It's efficient.
I don't know what it is. There's two things, and one of them really doesn't make any sense. I'll tell you. The one thing that bothers me about boiler heat, I know I'm going to get tore up about this. I'm not going to cry, but people are going to tear me up about it. That's what I meant. And what it is I just don't like the fact of having all these radiators all over my house with just filled with water. Because one time, a long, long time ago, I lived in an apartment, and one of the baseboards cracked when I was at work, and I came home and my apartment just flooded. And ever since then, I've just had a bad feeling about boiler heat. And the other thing is, it's also kind of weird. I grew up in homes that had forced air, so I'm always used to that sound of forced air. And ever since I've lived here, it's been just crazy trying to sleep because it's just pure silence. I mean, there's no screaming and
Forced air lullaby.
Forced air. Yeah, forced air lullaby. That's a good one, Joe. That's a good one. I'm going to get like a CD of just like furnaces running.
Yeah, to fall asleep. It's funny you say that because to be honest with you, unless it's hydronic inside floor heating, I don't like boiler radiator heat, to be honest as well. Yeah, it's because it takes up room, and because houses up here, if you have radiators, you don't have forced air, meaning you don't have AC. So I like despise that. But anyways, I personally think it's the 90 plus, but I call
them radiators, Joe.
Radiators? What did I say? Radiators?
Yeah.
Yeah. Radiators with your Taco pumps.
My Taco pumps?
Taco pumps.
Yeah, go ahead.
The other thing I guess the only thing I like about boilers is when you get these antique radiators. Like in my house, I have 4 antique radiators, and I don't know, maybe built in the 20s or something. I don't really know, but they look really, really old.
Yeah, aesthetically they're nice.
Yeah, they look nice. And when I disvalue the system, tear it all apart and everything, I'll probably end up just leaving like maybe 2-3 radiators around the house, just because they look fancy.
And because they weigh 800 pounds.
That too, yeah. And I don't have like a football team of people to come over and help me lift them out of my house.
To be honest with you, 80s, there's just one rule right here. Corey could correct me if I'm wrong, but from 2010, I believe, around 2011, we can't even get mid-efficiency furnaces up here anymore. They banned them. It's against code.
Really?
Yeah.
You can't get 80% furnaces up there?
Nope. No.
Huh.
It has to be all condensing. No more mid-efficiency.
Man, Canada is weird.
We almost had that law. I don't know where you were at, Bill, with that, but we almost had that law a couple of years ago now, and they overturned it on us.
Well, no, I don't. I don't get too much into the political side of HVAC.
Yeah,
that's for another channel.
Yeah, that's for another channel.
I guess I don't know. I just feel that if you're in a house that's, newer, let's say, I don't know what year they condemned new. I think it's the late 80s, I think they say. It's like a concealed all the way around house, whatever you want to call it, a tight house. Mm-hmm. I just think with a natural draft appliance and other appliances, you're going to get negative pressure in the house, and that could haunt you.
Well,
go ahead.
You're not just getting negative pressure in the house.
Yeah.
You're not going to stay at negative pressure. You're going to want to bring in outside air through all the nooks and crannies of the house.
Yes.
So if you've ever ripped down a wall in a house with fiberglass insulation, the insulation is black, a lot of people say, oh, that's mold. That's not mold. Your fiberglass insulation becomes a filter for the outside air that's coming into your house. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Well, and I'll quote something, and I probably won't get this exactly word for word, but Jim Bergman made a reference to that very subject. And he was talking about basically like using a straw as like you're just sitting there sucking through a straw. Like how much of a negative pressure can you really create with that straw? You think about your little inducer fan, you got a 2,000 square foot house. Yeah, you're right. You're probably going to bring in some outside air and whatnot, but I don't really think that it's really going to make that big of a difference.
I'll tell you something. You could get new houses, Bill. Let's say a lot of them, I get this a lot, and it's funny because let's say they have a fireplace in the master bedroom. That fireplace is going to take in a lot of air. And in the basement, it's going to be so negative pressure, you're going to start feeling drafts everywhere else. And it's not because that room is so hot or temperature went down. It's just you're feeling drafty. You know what I mean?
I think about it this way. Your inducer and including whatever other natural gas appliances you have in your house that are going up the chimney may or may not be going up the chimney. Some of them don't go up the chimney. But whatever you're venting through your house, think about your inducer. It's blowing that air out of your house, right? Now, think if you would mind if somebody took a pipe from the outside air, the same amount of CFM as the inducer or your flue in general, and they were blowing cold air into your house. That's essentially what you're doing.
That's a good argument.
The cold air that you're, pumping out of your house with your flue, you're pumping that cold air into your house.
That's the main reason. That's the safety factor there. I don't know.
It's safety factor.
Yeah, you're exhausting all this air, from exhaust fans and this and that. And then your natural draft hot water tank turns on. Where's it going? It's coming inside, right beside you. It's not going outside. I don't know. That's my take. I like the 90 plus.
Yeah, but, that's a good argument too, because my water heater would be right next to my furnace, and if I just go back to like my house isn't tight enough to even think about that. But if I did have a tight enough house, I can see where an 80% furnace sitting right next to a water heater might actually pull in some of the flue gas coming out of that water heater, and then spit it out through the ducts. But my house, it's so old and drafty as it is until I get some upgrades, get it wrapped and re-insulated and everything like that. In my case, I don't think it's even going to matter because you put your hand next to the window, you feel air blowing through it.
Regardless. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
But
go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say it's funny because, these builders nowadays, they're installing these condensing furnaces, but then they're just doing the shortcut and just doing one vent out for the flue and putting a foot, 12 inches, and an elbow inside for the intake. So you're still getting negative pressure from a condensating furnace. You're grabbing all this air. I forget how much air they need. I don't know, 100 CFM or more. I don't know. But yeah, and you're getting negative. It's for laziness. You're getting negative pressure in a tight house. So imagine how that would feel.
Like, why can't we just figure out a way to just bring in outside air for an 80%er? Is that possible?
You could.
Again, I don't work on these, so I don't know. You can.
Actually,
you could do I've installed many ERVs, and you could install your ERVs so you're bringing in more air than you're exhausting. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So like, let's say I had my 80%er down in the basement, and I got it vented out the side of the house. Could I then
the ERV you're talking about just have something that just brings out outside air just to the basement. So this way I'm feeding that furnace, which is, probably 10 feet away from the wall where I could put an ERV. So I'm feeding that furnace fresh outside air. Is that what you mean?
It's essentially you can, because HRVs, you do the same thing. You put them in areas where you think you need it most, bathrooms, maybe a mechanical room where you need that positive pressure coming in, or if you're exhausting it out, like a bathroom, you're going to be exhausting it out anyways. So let's put fresh air back in. Let's introduce fresh air back in. So I don't see why not. But
about a year ago, I was talking to Greaves on here, and I was talking to him about using a ERV or HRV for a fart fan. He's like, "No, don't do that.
Why?
That's poopy air. Poopy air.
Why can't you do that? Was he being serious or just?
I don't think I don't know if he understood or not, but the air doesn't touch each other. No. It's like a four-way, or not four-way, but it looks like a box, the filter, and the air like moves past each other. It doesn't
Heat exchanges. Yeah.
It's a heat exchanger. So, but I'm like, oh, that was a stupid question, I guess. But
I guess I'm not even that familiar with ERVs and HRVs and VRVs, VAVs.
Justin, I know you had a long day. What do you think? What's your intake?
I think they both have their place. As far as, yes, 90 plus is, obviously more efficient, less waste. As far as a building being, negative or whatever, if you don't have a furnace doing it, you're just going to have a range hood or something else that's doing it. And then
exhaust, dryer.
Yeah. I mean, in building codes now, they're building houses tighter and tighter and tighter. You almost have to have air exchanging, you're always going to have air coming in from outside. If your furnace isn't putting your house under a negative, or I should say drawing in outside air, something else is. So, but I seen in the chat earlier, Bill, somebody made a good point. With you not already having ductwork and a furnace in your basement, what would be easier as far as running your flue?
It'd be easier to do a 80%er because I already have my boiler is on a booster vent.
Okay.
Right now, and I already got everything set up. I can just pull the pipe right off, swap it over to an 80% and be done with it, and then crack one of the basement windows open just a wee little bit to bring in some fresh air.
I know one of you guys, I don't know if it was Zach, both of you guys, I don't know if you guys were saying this. Let's say, what's the word I'm looking for? Less things, let's say, like a piston to TXV, like less components.
Yeah, less things go wrong.
Yeah, so like condensate.
Yeah, I feel the same way too. And again, I've never worked on like 90%ers, but it seems I've heard horror stories about the heat exchanger plugging up and filling up with water. It seems do those heat exchangers go out more often than 80%ers?
We got any carrier people here?
If you guys with Carrier, oh yeah.
Which model was it?
Carrier, absolutely.
Wasn't a specific model or
58 MXA? Yeah.
So what's the reason behind that though? Does anybody get to the bottom of that?
Made sure of one thing with the condensing furnace. You either have your furnace perfectly level front to back, right? Because there's some older furnaces that actually the secondary heat exchanger is also level. You want it to drain. It drains to the front. So I actually put a hair pitch towards the front of the furnace. So all the cells in the secondary, it will all drain out forward, right? You want to make sure you get rid of that acidic water out of the heat exchanger, period. That's number one.
Carbon diol monoxide. I can't remember. It's
What's
water
that,
and carbon
Which
dioxide,
gas
right?
are you talking about?
What?
Carbon trioxide, monoxide?
Carbon dioxide with water, they mix and
Carbon fluoride.
they become some kind of acidic that eats metal and plastics.
I think you're on acidic, Joe.
Hey, where does the condensate go? Okay, when you install one, where does that acidic condensate go for a 90% furnace?
Guys, you mentioned that. I know Steve mentioned in the chat. Ours goes down the drain. A lot of times they made it that they want a neutralizer, but they don't code that, so we don't do it.
You can just dump it right in the sewer, like the city
right
sewer.
down the
Huh. Now, do you guys have like separate sewers there where you have like your clean water runoff and your actual sewer?
I believe so. They have stormwater and
Stormwater,
waste.
that's what it was.
Yeah. The other thing is, though, when we're talking about condensate getting plugged up, to be honest with you, the 80%ers, guys, what's cheaper, a flame rod or condensate getting plugged up? Because when you're getting air from the inside, that's dirty air. It's way more dirtier than outside air. So you're gonna get more contaminants on that flame rod and your components in your furnace, and it'll probably be more toxic for that furnace than you have to do in flame rod.
Weak.
Sorry?
I'm sorry. I just coughed and said the word weak.
Weak. He's saying
It's true though. Like I don't know, like
What's true? Say that again.
fresh air is cleaner than inside air.
Depending on where you friggin' live.
Hey,
Yeah.
these guys are from
Yeah.
Chicago, Joe. The fresh air
Just
outside
listen.
is not fresh at all.
You got
Yeah,
good
you
call,
gotta-
good call.
You got to cut like an opening out of the fog to walk out your door in Chicago.
you have an 80% furnace in a laundry room that has all
Yes.
the air lint and everything up in the air.
Chemicals.
100% of the time,
Candles.
issues with the flame sensor. 100% of the time.
Yeah.
I definitely would
Thank
agree
you.
not to put 80% in the worst possible place possible.
But that's where we have them. Even up here is a lot. It's in the laundry room. It's right next to your washer and dryer.
Yeah, Ray said it's called maintenance. Well, if it's called maintenance on 80%, it's also called maintenance on 90%. 90%, I'll tell you something. My house, I have a 95 XV95 train furnace. I'm like the shoemaker, okay? My kids have bad shoes, meaning
Yes, I hear you.
not touched my freaking furnace since I installed it like 8 years ago, okay? Nothing. Not touched it. Do I have issues with it? I haven't had anything with it. I actually went out last winter because I didn't change the filter.
But this is the thing.
That's kind of low.
Here's the thing.
You're
though.
one of those guys. That's
Let's
really
be realistic. You're gonna have you're gonna have situations like that. But you set brand new stuff, okay? You set a 80% and you set a 90 plus. Typically, I'm not saying every occasion, but typically, which one's gonna fail first?
90%.
90 plus. 90% of the
Come
time.
on, Joe.
You
Which
have
one's
more
failing?
stuff to tear up. I'm not saying it doesn't have its place. It absolutely does. I have nothing wrong with 90 plus.
Yeah.
I enjoy working on them just like the next guy.
I don't.
But I don't know. There's more stuff. It's more likely to tear up. I think at some point you have to kind of. Again, it depends on the application, but at some point, like me and Adam's had this discussion before, at some point you have to kind of look at things
In a real world sort of way.
like an owner too. I mean, there's an 80%er here now. We could go back with an 80%er. Less likely for things to tear up. It's simple. It's basic. You start going with super fancy stuff, and that'll be the one you get a service call at Saturday night at 9:00 at night and need something that you don't have.
Now, like,
that's true. That is true.
kind of segueing off that, like in my case, putting a brand new, nice 90% furnace in my house would be almost like going to the gas station and get that real expensive gas, and you drive, I don't know, like an 05 Toyota or something. You don't really need that expensive gas. It's not going to make your car any better. You're just going to pay extra for it and feel good at the end of the day.
I beg to differ. I think that if you have a 2-pipe 95% furnace, you're going to have less drafts and you'll be more comfortable in your house.
Yes, I agree.
think you're definitely going to be more comfortable in your house.
I don't think
in the
it
north.
guarantees that you're going to be more comfortable. What if you put a 95%er on shit ductwork? Are you really going to be comfortable?
Mhm.
If you don't have perfectly designed ductwork, that you have correct CFM going to every room in that house, what difference does it make whether you have 80% or 95%?
You're ruling out all the drafts that you would have if you put your hand on outside of your 95% furnace, which is like a dryer vent. That's being sucked into your house at all times. Those are drafts coming in your house. So you would eliminate all those drafts coming into your house. So unless you like cold drafts coming in, I think, yeah, your ductwork might not be great. You might not be balanced. You might have hot and cold rooms, but you don't have freezing cold air being sucked into your house at all times. Which
Okay, you put a 95% in. You have a super tight house. Your range hood is still bringing every time you're cooking, you're bringing in cold air. So how's that any different?
Well, the range,
but you're adding more to it. You're making everything worse. So every little bit you do makes it worse. So like you could say, oh, well, that's fine. Let's just put an 80% furnace in, and then you could say, well, why not? Why don't I just put this barbecue grill in the middle of my kitchen and just put one of those huge exhaust hoods in it? It's not a big deal, you know, and you just keep adding little by little by little, and it makes everything bad. If you can slowly take away all the exhaust going out your chimney, it makes your house tighter, period.
What about dryers?
Same thing.
Yeah, so what do you guys have like a separate vent pipe for your dryers to feed your dryers fresh air, so you're not pulling your house into a vacuum?
They don't have that, but I mean, if you have a really tight house, by all means, you should have fresh air coming into your house by means of a fresh air pipe, ERV, HRV, something like that that's bringing in, because the whole thing is you are going to bring in outside air, period. You're going to bring in outside air. There's no question about it, but you want to know where and how much of it you are bringing in. You want to control what you're bringing in.
Well, air's going to take the path of least resistance. So
if you put an ERV,
if you have a fireplace, more than likely, you know, that's where it's going to come in at. Path of least resistance. Where's the biggest opening to the outside? So
thanks, Chris.
So same. I mean, yes, I understand the argument of how much you're bringing in. But regardless, you're still going to bring it in.
It's funny you say that, because there is systems you could put in place that will bring in, let's say, I forget what kind of damper they are. It's like an opposite, whatever. I can't remember the term. Maybe you guys know. That open up
zone
damper. I guess it's zone, but I'm saying fresh air.
You're talking about a fresh air damper?
Oh, ventilation damper.
Kind of, yeah. But you can open up on a
sailboat.
A fusion ramification damper?
What?
I don't know.
Anyways,
We're all naming shit.
But that's not inefficient, obviously, because you're going to bring in hot air, humidity air in the summer, and obviously cold air in the winter. HRV is your best bet. Now, it's funny because now HRVs are mandatory starting, what was it, 2 years ago, I think? Don't quote me. HRVs are mandatory here as well. You have to build a house with an HRV.
How do people afford all this stuff?
HRV?
How do people afford to get all this crap?
That's
they
why
got free healthcare, so they got extra money to blow.
Maybe. That's a good point.
Let me ask you a question, guys, since it's coming up in the chat and I'm thinking about it here. You guys are all having this discussion as if it were taking place where Adam lives or where Bill lives. But in the South, the 80% furnaces are outside the building envelope. Did that make any difference to you? Because I know it's going to affect the condensate for 90% to be outside the building envelope.
Yeah.
But with all the weather being the same,
I think now I know where Justin's coming from. Now I'm starting to realize. Yeah,
they're not within that pressure difference. They're not causing a pressure difference because they're not in the building envelope.
You got it mounted horizontal in a crawl space or whatever. I mean, you're in an unconditioned crawl space now. Now, mind you, new construction is different now in Tennessee. But yeah, I mean, you're not always dealing with.
Yeah, I mean, if you're like up in an attic, you're not gonna pull your house into a negative, pressure. You'll probably have some sort of ventilation in your attic. I'm assuming.
Right. Yeah.
But I guess in my case, I'm actually putting both of them inside of the envelope of my house.
You're in a cold area too. 95.
Yeah. I've in the past, I remember when they started coming up with these condensing furnaces. I don't know about you guys, but up here, some owners were actually kind of anal because they didn't want holes in their house. Like, no, don't drill holes in my house. So they stuck with the 80. That's one of the reasons. That's another reason why people were staying with 80s. They didn't want to put holes in their house.
If you guys can't convince me, I'm just gonna have barrels of burning trash brought into my house. Unless you guys can convince me otherwise.
I like the flush mount kits. They look fairly.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's I'm glad you mentioned that, because you get those flush mount kits, right? It's funny. Our code is weird. They're not a foot apart, right?
Right.
But then you go in the code book and they want you to have it a foot apart, but those are legal. How does that work? That's not a foot apart.
So what really bothers me?
Yeah.
You know, we have to be like 4 to 5 feet, depending on where you're at, away from a window for the direct vent appliance, right?
Mhm.
That's by code.
Yes.
And then in Canada, they get to be 12 inches, for God's sakes.
That's under 100,000 BTUs.
What the heck? You got to survive in Canada.
over 100, we have to be 3 feet from a window, an opening window. Like if it's a closed window, like glass, no, or a
Right.
doorway.
The argument I have about in a window that can be opened is, who in God's name are opening and leaving their windows open while they have the heat on in the first place?
That is true. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's weird. Yeah, you're right.
Y'all don't do that.
People who like to party, I guess.
Y'all don't do that. Yeah, partying.
Yankees.
Yeah, that is a good point. You're never having the window open when you do that, anyways. But
Maybe they're trying to dehumidify, and that's a way to keep the system running, is to reheat their house.
Maybe they're
Yeah.
rehumidifying.
No, that doesn't make sense.
in the summertime, hey, it could make sense. Bring that dew point closer. I can see
Turn,
that.
your, turn your heat on, open the windows.
Zach always
Yeah.
likes 80% furnaces.
I like to dehumidify my house with a furnace and rehumidify by boiling water, turning my shower on. Where I live.
That's a good idea.
I like to humidify by getting drain tile installed 6 months prior and letting it dry out currently while the heat is on.
Is that,
You know,
is that a situation you're dealing with now?
Yeah, it's still 38% humidity in my house with no humidifier on.
Wow. You know, Bill, the last thing you can think about for this argument is about this. Think about the carbon footprint. You know,
Get the
so- those,
Yeah, I recycle plastics, man. So that's good enough. I reuse my sandwich bags. I save my
Sandwich
milk
bags.
cartons.
we all do. Not the
China
milk cartons.
doesn't want plastic anymore. All right, they don't want it. It's ended up in the landfills. So you're not doing nothing for anybody. All right.
Yeah, as long as I can't see the trash, it ain't real.
Is anybody here making decisions based on how much ice is around a penguin in the North Pole? You know what I'm saying? Is
No.
anybody deciding what furnace to put in for that particular reason?
I never liked that movie.
The Happy Feet? Nah, it's no good.
Yeah,
I don't even know what movie you're talking about.
Happy Feet.
Of course
The
you
other
don't.
thing, but honestly, guys, to be honest with you, regardless what furnace you decide to go with, off topic a little bit, but carbon monoxide detector is so important.
Oh yeah, if I go 80%, I'm gonna get like 10 of them.
Low level
Oh,
carbon
no.
monoxide detector.
Good point,
I
Justin.
didn't even know that was a thing.
And Bill, were you aware of? I didn't know this up until, I don't know. I think I learned this about 8 years ago or so. Carbon monoxide detectors that you buy at Home Depot, I mean, any carbon monoxide detector, they have expiration dates on them.
Yeah, see, the two that I have in my house now are those, what do they call them? Like the 10-year sealed battery ones?
Yeah.
Just because I assume that they're good for 10 years. You guys ever use those? They say they're good for 10 years, so
Mm-hmm.
I assume they're correct.
Yeah,
But-
rookie.
They all expire. They all expire.
Yes.
If you change the battery after a certain amount of time, the sensor inside expires and they're garbage.
Any idea what the time limit is on those?
I think you just got to look at the expiration date on each individual.
Interesting.
Aren't they, Justin? Were we meaning with low? I don't want to. What were you talking about with that
So low level. If you pay attention to your run of the mill carbon monoxide detector that you buy from Home Depot, Lowe's, wherever, it's important to pay attention to when it alerts. I've seen some that they don't even alert until it's been at 80 parts per million or 100 parts per million for an 8-hour period. I think I would want to know whether there's carbon monoxide in my house before it's been at 80 parts per million for
Right.
8 hours.
Yeah, by then you got so much brain damage you can't even figure out what's going on.
So it's
Just walk around
important
your
to
house.
look
building.
at them. Like I'm trying to think of the one. Is it NCI or I think it's NCI. NCI makes low level carbon monoxide detectors. I mean they'll alarm. I think at like 2 parts per million after just a few minutes or whatever. So
Yeah, Susie was saying 5 ppm.
yeah,
First.
well, say that would be good.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying they're all super high like that. I'm just saying it's important to, if you have a customer that's saying, "Oh well, I have carbon monoxide detectors in the house. I'm not worried about it." Well, at what level do they alarm at? Because that's an important factor.
Yeah, and how long have they been sitting on that wall? Like Adam said, they expire. Do you guys ever wear those personal CO detectors when you go into customers' houses?
No. Actually, I was looking for another one. Actually, I was actually wondering which one I should get. I get another one, but no. You know who I see him wearing that, Bill? A gas utility company. They usually wear them when they're working on the meter or something behind the regulator.
Ran into an issue where, like, I don't know, found a cracked heat exchanger or something, or the customer is complaining of CO or anything that would make you think that it's a good idea to start wearing a personal CO detector.
Well, see, like Zach's put a chart up here on the screen. I don't know if you guys see this on YouTube or whatever.
No. Well, no, I do.
So according to this scale that he's got up there, at 100 parts per million, slight headache after 1 to 2 hours. So if you have a carbon monoxide detector or monitor, whatever you want to call it, if it's not going off to 100 parts per million after an 8-hour period, you've had a headache for a very long time.
Yes.
Say that.
Yeah.
So
that's brain damage territory right there.
Yeah.
You're going to forget how to do math.
I like those. You know what I have in my house? The Nest ones. They test themselves. They test the battery. They'll let you know if the battery's low. Like, I don't know if it's weekly or whatever, but everyone hates the Nest, but those are nice carbon monoxide detectors.
well, you can, and plus it's a combo. It's a smoke / CO monitor or whatever. So you can set those things up to, once you have smoke in the house or whatever, you can link it with the thermostat where it'll shut the furnace off, where you're not just freaking stoking the fire with the blower running on a furnace. If it detects there's a fire in the house, it'll shut it down.
Is it Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like commercial. They just interlock to shut all these dampers down.
If your wife's good at cooking and she's burning stuff all the time, you could shut off that smoke detector right from your phone. You don't get to climb up on the chair, pull the battery up.
That's true.
You just wave a towel in front of it until the beeping goes away.
Yo.
Anyways. Actually,
nice.
What's that?
Survival Rick said 3-minute interview. What do you guys say about that? Should we get a couple of guys in?
I say poo-poo on you, Joe.
Is it time?
Me?
I think we should lay out the ground rules. First, we done with this 80v90? We both agree.
I think so. What's your choice, Bill? What are you going to go with?
I'm going to go with 80%er because I got a drafty house. Like I said, one's going to go in the basement, one's going to go upstairs. I can bring in fresh air through a little crack in the basement window.
Well, one question. I want to put out one comment there, statement. I have some charts and it's a code book saying how big the room has to be for, ventilation air and all the kind of air you need for the appliances. And then Bill's like, my whole basement's open. I'm like, oh, okay. Then you're good. Old house. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm sure they have their place, but in my situation, I think I'm going to go with the 80%er. And then when I need service, because my flame rod's all bogged down with dryer lint and stuff, I'll call you guys out.
Liner.
Yeah, that's awful that you got to pull out your flame sensor once a year and clean it. That would be friggin' terrible.
But that's a service call that the homeowner has to do more often than a 90%.
Hey, it's better than changing the secondary on a friggin' 96%.
Hey,
okay, how about this? How many package units are just
installing a carrier? Nobody studies installing a carrier, all right?
Yeah.
What are you gonna say, Joe, about package units?
They're always getting fresh air. How many flame rods have you cleaned on those things?
Honestly, I can't even tell you the last time I cleaned a flame rod or replaced one. The only time I do
fresh air.
The only time I do replace them is when I'm doing like a heat exchanger, and I'll just do it as a preventative measure.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, they very rarely go bad.
Yeah, you're not getting that inside air is dirty. It's a dirty one.
That's possible.
Yes, ma'am. You need to buy this 97% efficient furnace because your flame sensor is going to get dirty on that 80%er. And you do not want that service call once every 5 years. You do not want it.
For Amazon app, she's like, "Oh, this flame sensor is only 17 cents." I'm like, "Yeah, but this 90, you can get this 90%er for $3,000."
Yeah, and you could call me every 2 years out for a service call because your drain line's clogged up.
Yeah, all you got to do is just tell her that it's illegal to have 80%ers and she's going to get brain damage.
It's illegal up here.
She'll buy one immediately.
Oh, God. I'm just saying, listen, they both have their place.
Yeah,
everybody's going to have their opinion.
Yeah.
I like working on both of them. we sit here picking each other, but I don't give a crap. You know, I like them both. So
honestly, if I had the money to do it, I would have set up ginormous package unit right next to my house and just ducked it in.
Why don't you just save your time and your money and put a space pack in, huh? For air conditioning, just leave what you get.
Space pack.
Yeah.
Unico.
Like Justin says, what, the glorified mini splits? Or
No, but it's a high velocity.
Oh, that's the high velocity one. Sorry, my bad.
the glorified
yeah, what are those called again?
You're talking about the glorified window units. You're talking about PTACs.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
We're going up top.
Air conditioning in my house.
Just put PTACs throughout your house, Bill.
Oh gosh.
PTACs throughout your house.
You know, when it was 95 degrees in my house over the summer, I bought one box fan, and we took turns sitting in front of it, and that's the best we're gonna get.
Shameful, Bill.
Mm-hmm. I want my kids to grow up with character.
Yeah.
Okay. On that
What to death.
On that note, let's transition.
On that note, let me turn my heat up in my garage a little bit.
Yeah, my feet are freezing as well. I think we should take a little commercial, guys, and we'll get some interviews after the commercial.
We have a commercial?
Yeah, I think it's one of our videos.
It's not really a commercial, though, Joe. Actually, it is a commercial for your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Oh, we're promoting Joe of all people.
All people, Mr. 96% up there.
Mm-hmm.
He's very agreeable.
Ain't no 80% allowed up here.
I'm going to close my eyes, roll it.
That was a great transition. I was not ready for that. That was really quick.
Oh, nice.
I think you should mention the interview.
You can edit that last part out.
Mention the interview.
Wait, are we live?
Are we live? Gotta make sure.
This is dress rehearsal, Bill.
We're not live, are we?
Do we have a,
of course you're live. You haven't explained the 3-minute
like
interview
rehearsal
yet.
dinner where we just start live.
Zach, we get our commercial?
No, there's no air quotes. There's no air quotes. All right, here's what we'll do. Here we go. Hi, I'm Zach. After this commercial break, we'll invite you in to tell a 3-minute story. What was it? Epic story. Okay, if you want to brave coming in here for 3 minutes to tell your story, that's what you get. Okay, you get 3 minutes to really wow the whole audience.
Not 301.
Yeah, we'll cut you off right at 3 minutes, whether you're done or not.
Because Adam has his
we'll
timer.
Make fun of you.
Trigger button.
All right. Hey, now, Bill, you can do that great transition again.
Roll the clip.
We just want to get everybody. That's why.
Be quiet, Joe. I'm talking. Roll the clip.
Okay guys, got the owner here last, so I couldn't videotape, but this is what I did. With this unit, the A coil was this way, and I couldn't get it out. Obviously, they have a little cubby hole there that they had the valves hooked up there. It was flare fittings. So what I did is I cut this way, this way, this way, this way, slid the old one out, put the new one in, made my holes, because it was a little bit bigger, half inch, made my holes, and I brazed it up. Here I just put S-cleats with a fold, 1 inch fold inside here, and then I got this flat stock and put it here, made my holes, and then the other side just I covered the little hole. I'll show you. See the little hole I cut here? I covered, that's where the valves were in, original valves, and see they made this bigger. It should have been done this way to begin with, but anyways, so I covered this up, put another angle here just for extra. I made a 1 inch fold at the bottom too, so it sits nicer. I'm just gonna tape it up, and inside's done. All right guys, she's complete. Numbers don't look too bad. I let her run for a bit. She's done.
We're just busting your chops, Joe.
I should have let y'all roll throughout that entire thing.
Isn't there supposed to be a cat in that condenser? What's wrong with that?
I'm sorry, but that was hilarious.
They can hear you again, so stop
Awesome.
cursing. Bill.
Freaking guy.
You gotta hear Justin, guys. You guys not allowed 80 mid efficiency furnaces, but case coils for 100, 200 bucks more. You don't put it more.
You're up there debating about, it's got to be 90 plus. You got to be 90 plus in Canada now, but we're going to take this uncased coil and we're going to wrap it with freaking sheet metal because we're too cheap to buy a case coil.
Then I'm going to commission it with my Harbor Freight gauges.
Oh, yeah. And then I'm going to take your condenser out and I'm going to put a freaking junk York condenser in for you.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
They want cheap. They want cheap. They want to save the wallet.
Shots fired.
I'm glad they didn't show one of my videos. I can't handle getting made fun of.
You're next.
You're next.
You're next.
With your permission, you're next.
I can keep my glasses on so you can't see me cry.
Yeah.
All right.
So that is weird. Joe really sticks to his guns on that stuff and then puts that ugly shit coil in.
Yeah, I know. Well, hey. Did you see how it was? How they boxed it out and the service ports on one side had to close it off, turn it around. Anyways, but yeah, it's just
Joe's really getting nervous right now. Everyone, leave him alone, please.
If Harbor Freight made case
customer.
coils, that's what it would
I'm
look
done
like.
picking at you, Joe. I'll leave it alone.
Thank you, Michael. He likes it. I like it too. I did a good job for what they wanted. I did it.
I'm sure you pleased them.
Yeah,
We're just busting your chops.
Hey, listen, uncased coils are very, very popular around here too. You see them a lot, uncased coils.
And what's the purpose of an uncased coil? Wouldn't it be easier just to buy a case coil and slap it in there?
I think uncased coils came about where the new construction was around, and they put in a furnace, but air conditioning wasn't put in at the same time. So people pop open the plenum, slide an uncased coil.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, and you'll also, tell the rest of the story. You'll also see uncased coil slid into a supply plenum that you got a takeoff coming off the supply plenum.
Thanks, Tech 5.
Prior to even the top of the coil. It might be coming out of the side of the freaking supply plenum.
Yeah, we see that.
How freaking efficient is that?
Yeah. Is someone in here? Is that?
Yeah, I think so. We got to get to these interviews,
I'm
guys.
communicating with you.
Who are we interviewing?
You have Chris first and then Brandon second.
Chris Stavanovich?
This is Chris Christopherson, and here he is.
3 minutes.
Go.
Wait, right, stop, clap. Don't start. Don't talk.
Wait.
Don't talk yet.
Rubik's Cube.
Start the timer.
Okay.
He's going to do it.
Guys, what you don't know about Chris is he's actually a savant. He doesn't have the powers of speech. He just sits in his chair all day, spinning his colored square.
Crazy that Chris could just sit there and do a Rubik's Cube, and we're all fascinated.
And he has 250 viewers watching him.
Counted him.
Yes.
Or no, his toothpicks.
That was awesome.
Quitter. Where'd he go?
He just that's all he wanted to do.
Hey, both of them disappeared.
Another 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
He just
That's
dropped
awesome,
the mic.
Chris.
Both of them disappeared. We got to put the link back up.
Oh my god. Steve?
Wow.
You want to see something crazy while we're waiting? Look at this.
Buy us some time, Adam.
My dad just sent me a text message. He went out to dinner tonight,
Mm-hmm.
and they wouldn't let him in the restaurant. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this or not. There is right there in the restaurant. There's a lady at the top of the building threatening to jump off the building.
Oh, that's scary.
Welcome to Chicago.
Shouldn't be joking, but hey, that is.
He's probably
We got it so rough around here. People are jumping out of buildings.
Poor Sheldon Justin.
I just thought I'd give Bill some payback for solving a Rubik's Cube and some valuable time right there. So
Should I turn the clock over again, or should I keep it running?
I think you should set him up for a story. Set him back up.
Yeah, we'll set him up.
Yeah, wait a minute.
He was
wait
doing
minute.
a comedy.
Are you guys interviewing me? What did I call in for?
No, you got 3 minutes to tell us your best story. Anything you want.
Anything will happen this week, anything, dude.
Anything you want. Not
your
even
clock
HVAC
broken?
related.
Hmm.
Like you kicked a midget down the stairs. Tell it. I don't care.
We can't say the word midget in California.
Yeah.
because you get cancer.
Oh, Chris, I have a question for you. Since you're here.
Because you get cancer.
I know you don't. Commercials the same way. I missed that. I wish I caught that, but I know commercials the same way. Over here, they were sticky about it for your condensates on commercial or residential. What do you guys do in Cali?
Condensate has to be going to the drain. Is that what you're talking about?
Okay, but do you need any neutralizers to neutralize?
No, not that I've ever heard of or had to deal with. No neutralizers that I know of. So, yeah, but we constantly get that complaint about condensate, though, and I see people saying stuff in my videos all the time. We have to put condensate into the drain. It has to go into the sewer. We cannot drain it on the roof. We cannot drain it on the ground, any of that, because theoretically it's going to go to the ocean, and they want it to all go through treatment before it goes out to the ocean. So, yeah, that's a constant thing we get. So,
boiler condensates, we just put them outside a lot of times.
Yeah, but on a boiler condensate, you're going to get corrosive stuff in that, though, aren't you?
Yeah, you probably get the same as a furnace, I imagine.
Yeah. Huh. Okay.
Weird, eh?
Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. You can do that, because I would just think that, and I would think you would start etching the concrete and different things too, where it's going to drip on. Right?
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. Usually when we do it, it's usually in the grass. It'll be going in the grass.
But how doesn't it freeze, Joe? Doesn't your line?
It's a heat trace.
Oh,
yeah. For sure.
Sounds dangerous.
Cool. Those heat traces, they don't carry too many amps. I don't know how much it is, but it's very small.
Hey, but them 80%ers, they're dangerous.
Well, I really don't have a story to share, so you guys cut me off when you need to cut me off.
Come on, man. He's got good stories. Chris, I know you got a story, man. 3 minutes, something that's epic.
What can I safely tell you guys? I mean, I could tell you that.
We want a story. We want some crazy shit that you're not comfortable talking about on your own channel.
Yeah, that's right. What's all the stuff that you dream of saying but can't?
Yeah, let me say them on this channel that has a whole bunch of other potential views that make me in court and get me in trouble.
That's true.
I would love to do that.
By spoiling.
I don't know what you're talking about. I am really at a loss for words. I really have no stories to tell. I honestly clicked the call-in button just to do this stupid bit with the dang thing.
Hey, it wasn't stupid. It was a good idea.
Yeah, I just wanted to troll Bill. I still want you to put your exercise bike in the back there, Bill.
Same here.
And
that's going to be.
It would
just wait.
It's been 3 minutes. Goodbye.
Cut me off.
3 minutes.
Later,
He's gone.
Take that exercise bike to work, and I'm going to drag it up on a rooftop, and I'm just going to have it in the background. Just because I've gotten so much crap about that, I'm going to do that, and then I'm just going to ignore it. Not even going to talk
just
about
leave
it.
it on
Just
the
give me
roof.
the background
Go back a year later.
next to the rooftop unit. Hey, who else we got lined up for this
Brandon dropped
dealio?
out. Brandon, I think his internet had a problem. He dropped out, so we're waiting for somebody else.
Cool.
Tell him to go to a Burger King. They got free Wi-Fi.
Jeopardy song, please, in the meantime.
What do you need?
The Jeopardy song.
Bloody-da-doo-dee-da-doo-da.
Michael was saying over where he's at, they have to put in the drain as well, the condensate. Where was he from again, Michael?
Alex. Trebek. Your mother is a...
Your mother shall. I know exactly what you're saying, bro. I watch Saturday Night Live clips while I'm working.
They probably. I bet you where Yamo's from, they probably have to put the condensate in like a softening program and everything.
Where Yamo's from, they drink the condensate.
Yeah, I mean,
water. Where is Yamo?
Where is Yamo?
He was in the chat
Yamo's
earlier.
the only guy in Mexico with a recovery machine.
Yeah, I know.
Now, granted, he does
and the
recover
H10
and an H10.
Yep. And every time he fills his recovery cylinder, he has to ride a donkey across a desert to bring it to a supply house. It's 400 miles away.
And then they just go out back and they just open it up and let it all out in the air.
Yeah, exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly right. Can we play that?
It's gone.
Go for you.
That's exactly right.
You did it?
I got rid of it because you guys are classy now.
That's right.
Yeah, we're trying to get sponsors. So if there's sponsors out there right now, let's try to really win them over.
Now that we're sitting here waiting for someone to call in, I think Justin mentioned it. He knew one furnace. What furnaces do have those clamshells still? Heat exchangers. Just curious. Off topic. We're talking about heat exchangers, and I think you mentioned one of them. I'm trying to think.
What does Train have now?
Sorry.
What does Train have now?
Trains are tubular.
Okay.
Tubular, right? I know Goodman. I've seen Goodman up here. I've installed a few that had clamshell, so I'm pretty sure Amana does.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
I tried though.
Hey, so if I do go with an 80%er, what brand should I go with?
ICP.
Goodman.
Goodman? What about a Duquesne? Somebody told me a Duquesne a couple days ago.
Dude, don't you?
Don't you put a Duquesne in.
Who told you Duquesne?
Don't you do that.
I don't. It was.
Listen, if anybody hates Goodman, it's me, and I would tell you to put in a Goodman before a Duquesne.
Wow.
They're that bad? I've never even heard of Duquesne until like this guy mentioned it, and then I was talking to one of our supply reps, and he's like, "Yeah, we sell Duquesne." I'm like, "Oh, somebody told me to put one in my house."
Wow. I didn't think they still make them. To be honest with you.
If somebody gave me a Duquesne furnace for free, it wouldn't be going in my house.
No.
What the hell? What's wrong with Duquesne, man? They're the best.
Yeah.
Adam,
Michael's saying they're fine too.
Adam, I put in Goodman's.
Who's this Michael guy? We should interview him. Maybe he can come on here and tell us a story about Duquesne.
Yeah, Michael. Actually, Lennox. Who's their knockoff brand? What's it called?
Duquesne.
They got a couple. Aries,
Concord.
Duquesne, Armstrong.
Right?
Wait,
They had
Duquesne's a knockoff Lennox.
Pretty sure they had them. Clam chowder.
WTF, Joe.
Warranty bill. Honestly, I really like Train the best for working on things. They're very nice. Serviceability are great. Depends on how high of a furnace, like how high end are you going to put in? Is my question.
I don't want to go too high end because I figure it's got a lifespan of what, I don't know, 5-10 years roughly. And in that last segment of the 5 or 10 years, that's when I'm hoping to do a full house remodel, walls, down to the studs, all that sort of thing. And then I'll hopefully upgrade if I win the lotto. But
I think you should go 2-stage. I think you should do a 2-stage furnace, period. Boom.
With trains, I'm not a big fan of train package units because that's all I touch. But I've never really worked on any train split systems.
Tell us, Adam, why 2-stage, bud? Tell us. Tell the viewers why.
I mean, I would say for a couple of reasons. Number one, it helps even out the temperature of your house. Okay. So with a 2-stage, you always see the charts, all right, on like sales literature where you see the temperature swings in people's houses. And it's always like this, up and down, up and down, up and down. Because it's always on, off with the temperature. You're blasting 100% all the time. With a 2-stage, you're not blasting 100%. It's like 60%. So you keep a much more even temperature than the big wide. You want your furnace to run longer than not. Period. You don't want it to come on for a minute and then shut off. You want it to
like AC, right? Same thing. Yeah.
Load of crap.
I'm going to agree with. I know Michael's here, but I just want to say real quick. Shannon makes a good point in the chat. He said that Ream is making some of the best furnaces right now.
Ream?
Ream does make. They redesigned their stuff. I think it was 2015. I could be wrong. Somewhere in that ballpark.
We got to set them up.
And their newer style stuff is nice.
You talked 15 seconds into Michael's segment.
All right, reset his clock.
Okay,
reset his clock, bro.
Most amazing epic story.
About what?
Whatever you want.
Life.
No, I don't have
Bigfoot.
epic story. I just heard it.
Say anything, bud.
On
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. It's like many hours of my life. I'm not sure if I wasted or not. I'm still trying to figure out.
Hey, Mike, what do you think for residential, 80 or 90?
Oh, it don't matter. 80's fine. Why not?
High five.
I mean, who cares? We're in Texas. I mean, it's not a big deal for us.
Oh,
it doesn't get that cold.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's a good point. You don't
we only have. It got up to 80 degrees today. Are you kidding me?
Man.
It was like in the 40s this morning.
It was 11 degrees out here.
Do you miss that, Justin?
No, thank you.
I know it's not that much, but do you kind of miss it?
Not going to move to Michigan, Mike?
I don't know. What was that hiring bonus again? I gotta go with my new girlfriend, right?
I got about $17 left on a Wendy's gift card. You can have it.
You all double it.
Oh, we got a bidding war.
Holy moly.
That's still pretty low. I mean, you're talking like what,
$34.
$34 at Wendy's.
Chili.
I'm a sucker for cash, so I'm on my way.
They make a good baked potato too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Right here.
The
Little
hamburger
potato.
patties are square.
That's because they don't cut corners.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice one. I like
That's
that.
an actual slogan. I used to work there.
Serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
They got White Castles over by you guys.
Yeah. You know, White Castle is the worst kind of food you could ever possibly eat for your body. If you want to save some time, just get some White Castle and just put it in a wood chipper and just spray it inside of your toilet, and you won't even have to bother because it's the same effect if you eat it.
That's gross.
It's the worst food for your body. I don't even know.
Oh, man.
I don't even get it. It's
Grab
not
White
real food.
Castle.
Well, Taco Bell's got to be a close second, right?
Mhm.
Justin,
But they got lettuce though.
What's that?
have you had White Castle yet?
I mean, I've had White Castle in the past, not since I've been here. It like crystals is more common down south.
Crystals.
We don't have White Castles, bro. No,
Never
that's
heard of crystals.
Crystals with a K. It's the
Crystal-
same thing. It's friggin'
That's-
it's the same thing.
I want a cheese crystal. I want 2 cheese crystals. French fries.
That's a
Kelly.
weird
No matter what the topic is, Kelly Kyler, geothermal rocks. Kelly kills me.
You got to go to the Billy Goat. Cheeseburger.
I wonder how popular geothermal is, like in the colder climates.
Hey, Greg.
It's like random. How popular is geothermal? Hello, Greg. Oh,
And
I'm
our
sorry,
time
Benko.
is
Later,
Shut
Mike.
up.
He's gone.
Wahlburger.
What are you
Not
talking-
Wahlburger.
We need some epic stories here.
Epic
We-
stories.
Somebody tell us something good. We need a good story.
Somebody with some imagination.
Rookie
Hey,
refresh.
Hey, have HVAC with Greg come in here. He's got some good
Yeah,
stories.
Greg, come in here.
Yeah, come on in, Greg.
I'll put
Rick.
a link up.
Come in.
He probably just dropped out, moved away.
Back when I was like 22, 23, I remember going to a bar late at night with a bunch of guys that we were friends with, and we were hungry on the way home, and we were going to go to White Castle. We were stopped at a train, and the train just stopped. Period. And then it slowly started moving. One of my friends got out and ran under the train to get White Castle and come back and deliver it to us.
That's a good story right there.
That is.
Yep.
True story. And Justin, you've met that guy,
Oh,
Who's that?
Bozy. He's
Mhm.
the frog guy, remember, from Wisconsin?
Oh yeah.
Bodie.
I don't even want to get into my bachelor drinking day stories.
Oh, can we just tell drinking stories? I got some great stuff.
Any kind of story you want.
I
For 3
jumped from a
minutes.
tree and tried to climb to a different tree midair while drinking. I missed the whole
Did
tree.
you make
That
it?
work out for you?
Hell no, I didn't make it. I almost impaled myself on the ground.
Hell no.
That's a short story.
One time I tried to chase a deer. You know how fast deer are? They're a lot faster than me.
Yeah.
We were driving and we were drinking, which you shouldn't do. And a deer ran right across the road in front of us. So we both jumped out, started chasing it. We never caught it. I'm sure it was miles away before we even got out the car, but what are you gonna do, huh?
Yeah.
You're stupid and drunk.
I tried chasing turkey one time.
Did you catch him?
I feel like you could catch a turkey.
I know, but he just won't.
Yeah. Good luck.
Then you
I
think.
know.
Are they?
You ain't catching no turkey.
I felt, and what I was thinking about,
Right now. I'm gonna try to catch a turkey.
I was thinking about Rocky. You know, when he was training,
Hey,
he's
Chris,
like,
you missed it.
Oh, see, yeah, I'm not good. I remember the story, so finish Adam, but don't start my time yet.
that was a stupid story, anyways. But wait, you can't claim you solved it if you didn't have it on camera while you solved it.
That's exactly
Well,
when you claim it.
I just made it worse, and I feel bad because my daughter had a full side solved, and then I just screwed it all up.
Oh,
I have no idea how to do it, so she'll figure it out. She knows how to do the one side. So, do I get to tell my story now?
Get the timer
your
ready.
story.
All right. So recently, my wife and I got away for the weekend, and we decided, this was a couple months back, we decided to go up to our local mountain community to a little concert, like a little concert venue. And this is where I learned that alcohol affects you differently in higher elevations. Never knew this. And I had three Cadillac margaritas, which is nothing. Okay. Absolutely nothing. And I had 3 Cadillac margaritas. walked into the concert, and I remember feeling a little bit like, okay, we're going to have to stay up here and get a hotel. And walked into the concert. I remember my wife buying me another drink, and it was at that point that I completely blacked out. And then she proceeded to tell me the story from the rest of the night. And the story involved me getting lost, her dialing 911, me throwing up in the middle of the concert venue, getting kicked out of the concert venue, and then going into a bar. And we're piecing this stuff together when my wife told me that she lost me. Well, I have a memory of being physically kicked out of a bar. So apparently at that time that she lost me, I think I walked into a bar, and then I think I got sick in that bar too. And then I think I got thrown out of that bar, and then she found me, but she had dialed 911 from my phone. And then there was people calling my phone back. And again, I woke up the next morning and we were figuring this all out. It was kind of like a movie. Like I had no recollection of any of this.
Wow.
I just remember being kicked out of a bar, and she said I was not kicked out of the concert venue.
I don't get your life together, Chris.
Yeah, I don't drink. Like
I know, but I think that could happen to any of us.
We both woke up in a hotel room and we're like, how did we get here?
Yeah, that was you guys had both had your clothes on, and you were.
We had our clothes on. My butt didn't hurt, and my wallet was in my pocket. Nothing bad.
My butt didn't hurt. Did you say?
Yep, my butt didn't hurt.
You are with Portland, but maybe for their next anniversary, they shouldn't be giving out pint glasses. They should be passing out margarita glasses.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
That
Next
one.
week we'll do 3-minute interventions.
That one was it kept going, and it's like what, and still to this day, like at first I was like, I think I was drugged. Like
Yeah, this Justin just said that.
I think I was drugged. I think someone's roofied me, but I'm like, what benefit did they get? They didn't follow us. They didn't steal our money. My butt didn't hurt.
Your butt didn't hurt.
They took your
all was good.
subscribers.
Maybe they felt your chest or something.
I don't know. And we woke up with both our clothes on, and we were in a hotel room, and we
Yeah,
didn't
were your
drive.
nipples raw?
Oh man, that's funny.
Like, I don't know.
I guess it's the same thing as being upside down and drinking. You know, when those guys, they turn you upside down, hold you, and you're drinking out of a
It's just
whatever.
a keg stand, Joe. They don't live that way.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yep. All right, that's my story.
Yeah, you're about 3 minutes again. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, later, Chris. Thanks for coming, bud.
But on that note, yeah, usually when I'm watching TV, I kind of just like sit upside down while I'm drinking my alcohol, watching TV. It's just kind of better than
Your
you.
recliner like upside down in the ceiling.
Put a
Get
big
some ratchet strap yourself into it. Like, I'm
Greg.
so wasted.
HVAC with Greg is muted.
Greg,
Hey,
I'm
bring
here.
him in.
Hey, Greg, how are you?
What's up?
Not much. How are things going over there? You're in school still, right?
No, cut the small talk. Tell us the story.
Where the sits. I actually am really excited for that day. Beyond excited, not just because I start school, but also I'm going to be doing something other in school that I've wanted to do since I was really young. I'm going to get fitted for contacts. Chris in the chat, if he sees this, he's actually seen me on video that I wear glasses.
Cool.
I'm finally getting fitted for contacts.
How do they fit you with contacts? Do they measure your eyeball with like a little rope measuring tape?
I have no clue.
Yeah.
All I've
that's
heard
good.
is if you can touch your eyeball, you can do contacts.
No, I
Really?
can't do contacts.
Go soft. Don't get the hard or gas permeable. Go soft.
Yeah. I would go soft. I used to do that in the
That's what
old
she
days. I
said.
used to put contacts in different colors. Such a jack.
this story is epic.
I got laser surgery about 12, 13 years ago.
I would do it too if I
Hey,
needed.
we're infringing on Greg's time.
For the love
Sorry.
of
I
God.
want to do that sometime.
You should.
It's awesome. As long as you don't go
Yeah.
to some backwoods doctor, I'd recommend it.
Basically, my left eye is perfect. My right eye is farsighted and lazy.
Gotcha.
Tell it to get a job.
Yeah, my overall,
Get off the pogey.
Yeah, I'll have it get a job with Carrier.
No, a good job.
So, Greg, are you a train guy? Like, I see that train symbol. You like train? Is that your favorite?
I've always just been a fan of it.
Cool.
You may have seen me talking about it with Shannon in the chat. I've actually seen a video. I'll try to find the link here in a minute of a train running half underwater, a condenser running underwater halfway after a hurricane.
ever see the video on YouTube? Train hit by backhoe.
I'll have to look that one up.
Is that yours, Adam?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Adam released Goodman leaks out of box.
That's not on my official YouTube channel.
Oh.
That's on
Yes.
my official YouTube channel.
So I wonder now what can stop a train because it's not a hurricane.
Or a backhoe.
Nope.
Like basic usage.
That's true.
Basic usage.
Yeah.
There's another video I saw where a brick wall fell onto a train unit and it was running.
Yeah.
So we're good for meteorites too. Wow.
What is the
Hurricane
time?
meteorites.
Hey, Greg, what's the best thing you could say about HVAC school right now? What's your biggest takeaway from it?
I'm not sure, but I do know I'm dreading whenever we get to the sheet metal chapter.
Hmm.
Not that bad. You gotta be good at geometry, man.
I'll have to keep track of how many times I cut myself.
Yeah,
You know what?
At the metal.
You know what, Adam? Yeah. You see you later, Greg. Thanks for
Thanks
coming.
for
brother.
coming.
You know, Adam. You say you have to be good at geometry, but you know what? You know when you get in the field, it's nothing about geometry. You're just doing it as it goes.
You know what? I
Didn't he,
use the Pythagorean theorem all the time.
hey,
Oh,
didn't he say
gosh.
the chapter on sheet metal, like in a book?
I think so.
Oh, I'm gonna get that book,
Yeah. Right. What's up, Rick?
hardcover.
He's muted.
Oh, this is gonna be a boring story.
Yeah.
This,
Can't hear you, Rick.
Rick, it's completely quiet, and I forgot to reset the starter. We can't hear you, Rick. It's gone.
Just keep nodding your head like you can't hear him.
Dude, you know sign language.
That's an
Hey,
amazing
Chris is
story,
saying toodaloo, Rick.
I think he swore right there.
I think
Yeah.
if Rick were here, he'd tell us a great story.
Yeah, he did.
Toodles.
Toodles, Rick.
Toodles, Rick.
Toodles.
Stop by my new restaurant, Toodles and Noodles.
Michael said best story yet, Rick.
Who said that?
Michael Bimko.
Oh, Bimco.
That's hilarious.
That was riveting. I was on the edge of my seat.
You nailed it. You nailed it, Rick.
Awesome story, Rick.
All right, what's our time looking like? We got time for some more of these?
I don't know.
There's
What
no
do we
one
say,
in
Zach?
the queue here. I don't know if he's coming back because he had a technical issue, but you still have one Nightbot giveaway left.
Cool. Let's do it, Mike.
I'd say at least these 3 minutes. They're sort of a controlled chaos.
Was it one, Zach? Like, or okay?
One $50 gift card, True Tech Tools.
We should. Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
Nightbot giveaway.
Joe is recommending that you cut the gift card in half
So 2 people could win.
and give
That's
two halves. But I'm not sure how that works with True Tech Tools if it's like the American currency that you gotta, you know.
You can do it as many times as you want. You can give away 10 $5 gift cards if you want to. People will be real excited about that.
That's happy.
$51.
25 is cool.
I don't know how the barcode would work.
Well, it's a virtual gift
Yeah.
card that's used all across the entire whatever. $50, $25. Pick one. Ready, set, go. Pick one.
7.
50.
25.
$6.34.
50.
What are we arguing here?
$49.95.
All right, 50, go. 50, one time, go.
You got to
Okay,
chat
that's-
over there, chat people. You got to chat. All right.
Justin
Shitty
called
chat,
it.
chat.
All right, everyone say 80% or 90%.
Yes.
80%er.
Yeah.
Excellent.
If you don't say 80 or 90, we're disqualifying you. You have to say 80 or 90.
That's
Bill.
nice, Greg, too. You found the book. I like that book, so that's cool.
Bill.
Bill, you can't qualify.
Ah,
Bill's
Bill?
over here going 80, 80, 80.
crackers.
A lot of 80s. in it.
How are these guys doing so many messages, dude? I mean, when Zach did his trades, I get banned.
Yeah, it times me out.
Yeah.
I just got banned.
Zach's in there banning us, Joe.
No.
Shannon saying Tam 80.
The perfect Zach. That's awesome.
Damn, 80.
Good old Shannon.
Hey, Steve Lav is in here, man.
Is he?
Was that
Yeah.
a Steve Lav impression right
What's
there?
up, Steve Love?
She's a Lika mama.
She's a Lika.
I wonder what Steve Lav recommends. I'll get
That's the
whatever
comment
Steve.
that wins.
If Steve Lav comes in here right now and tells a story, I'll get whatever he recommends.
Yeah, I would love to see what he thinks about it. 80 or 90.
Click the link, Steve.
I got to wait till
Yep.
the chatting stops because it's too fast.
And then we give you 3 minutes.
Oh, man. How can he do that?
All right. I'm going to roll the thing here and have a winner announced in the chat. So you'll be able
Go
to
for
see
it.
it over there, guys. You can stop chatting if you want. I'll go ahead and tell you too.
We got a drum roll sound effect.
Oh, yeah.
That's
It's
not bad.
that was awful.
Big
Bob
drums
Reddington.
underwater.
Bob
That's
Reddington.
exactly right.
Nightbot just announced the winner, Zach.
Bob Reddington has won the giveaway.
Oh. Why does Nightbot say something else? Oh, no, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve wants to know about the blow bag.
What's a blow bag?
What's the blow
I think I know what a blow bag is.
Steve, come in here and talk to us about the blow
I
bag.
think he already knows what happened to him, probably.
I got to watch this video. I heard it's very funny. Justin was telling me it's funny, so I want to go watch it after this.
This must be one of those inside jokes.
Steve, click the link.
Bill, you're just going to have to use your imagination a little bit. I think you'll get it.
Yeah.
Steve, there's a link right there if you want to come in here for a 3-minute interview.
You see, rookie, you're gonna
3 minutes. We're not even live, Steve.
This is a fake hangout. We are not on YouTube.
We're not live.
But he's watching us on YouTube, so that might be a problem,
Yeah,
believability-wise.
we can't convince him otherwise.
Before we end the show, it'd be great to hear from Steve.
Live.
Be great.
Because we do hear
3
from him in the
minutes.
chat.
We're gonna give you, Steve, 3 minutes.
Steve.
Steve was
get
at
some
Cyndi Lauper's
Jeopardy.
house today. I can't wait to watch that video then. Imagining the Steve, what are you doing here? You something like that. I see your true colors shining through.
Who did that, Zach?
Yeah, that was me.
That was awesome.
That's a good impression right there.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you.
Yeah. Actually, by the way, I like your glasses, Zach. Oh, cool.
Thank you for that too. I
I
appreciate it.
couldn't even see him.
Anyone?
Wow.
Who
What
went away?
Bob
Oh, yeah.
Reddington.
Who won the giveaway? We announced that.
It was-
Bomb Reddington.
Bob Reddington.
Does he have to send his information to what email?
HVACshoptalk@gmail.com, Bob.
We'll have our producer take care of it. We'll have our people call your people.
All right, guys. Here is Steve Lav. Oh no, that's Rick. Sorry.
Oh man, you guys are killing me.
Hey, we can hear you now. All
Hear
right.
him now.
Yeah, no shit. It wouldn't work in the beginning. I thought there was just something goofy that didn't clear up.
What's up, Rick?
You about to say Steve?
Wow. You're killing me. You're killing me.
Steve,
What's up?
What
We
happened?
love you, Rick. We love you, bud. Don't worry.
I can feel it. I can feel
Oh my
it.
god. 80 or 90, Rick. That's the first
95 plus, man.
Hmm.
It depends on where you live at. If you're in Michigan, you're
Yeah.
gonna put an 80%er in. That's kind of nut job. I can see it with these guys that live down south.
Yes.
No big deal. But for me, I mean, the Duquesne you guys hate so bad, which is really nothing but a freaking Linux anyway. You're only talking a few $100 difference between a 90 and an 80. I can get a 2-stage ECM driven Duquesne for about $1,000.
Yep.
So why you wouldn't want to do that is beyond me. Lifetime warranty, the original owner, 10-year parts, Honeywell parts. I mean, it's a freaking same as the Linux that they're going to get $1,500 to $2,000 out of cost. So I mean, but that's up to you. I mean,
So you recommend
You already got
the Duquesne, huh?
only because that's what I can get for myself when I want to do something here and there for family, of course.
Yeah.
But I hate install, so it's not that I do much of that anyway. But just in case, that's what I would
Never even
use.
done one.
Those old, you've never worked on a pain in the butt furnace unless you worked on one of these old Duquesnes with the 3 doors on the things.
3-door. Oh, you talking about the ones with the smart valves, Honeywell?
Yeah, garbage.
Garbage.
That's Honeywell's fault. They're the ones that built the piece of shit valve.
Hey,
Okay,
Not them.
they're changing the motor. They got 3 doors. It's the only furnace I've ever seen with 3 doors on the freaking thing.
That's cool.
That was to protect the control board.
I guess.
We had less problems. We did a lot of work for a home builder, and we had less problems out of the Duquesne stuff than we did out of the Linux high-end stuff. So, I mean, we get no calls on them at all. Not usually. But, yeah, the smart valves were a piece of shit, but that wasn't them. That was freaking Honeywell's design. Especially when you had 3 different ones there. You had one that had the high voltage mixed in with low voltage. That's a real great combination. But, yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna put up a picture of a furnace on the screen that might be the one you're talking about, Adam. I'm not sure. You can comment on it.
Throw it up.
You'll show up on y'all's screen in about 5 seconds.
Yes.
Oh.
That's it.
Yes.
I still don't see it.
Was that the 3-door?
Yeah.
That was an
Oh,
80%er.
Gotcha. I know what you're talking about now. Okay, now that I see it.
It's 3 doors plus the combustion chamber.
What a
Should be
beast.
a blower door, top door, and a middle door.
And a combustion door.
Oh,
They got stocking doors in that company.
hey, it's made in South Carolina.
Oh,
What's the door capital of the United States?
wow.
At least it used to be. God only knows where it's made at now.
Yeah.
Like all the rest of them that's sold out.
Hey, what about cleaning the flame rod on those?
Oh, dear.
Bye.
Rick. Guys, have anything you want to tell Rick before he goes?
Thanks for coming.
Bye.
No.
Bye, Toodles.
Toodles, Rick.
Toodle.
Oh, no. What happened to me?
right.
I left too. That's weird.
Toodles and noodles.
Everybody, toodles, Michael, Chris.
Well,
Awesome.
that was a fun show.
Yeah, it was a
You
good
did
show.
it, guys. You had a wonderful show.
Yeah, I think so.
Minus the blowback.
No blowback was here, just the mention of said blowback, which has no ramification. So
No,
that's all.
none at all.
The blowback was in our thoughts the whole time.
Thoughts and prayers.
They go
Yep.
together like peanut butter and jelly. If you have thoughts, you have to have prayers too, don't you?
Mm-hmm. I pray for thoughts.
Me too.
These guys are making me look good. Thank you,
Yeah.
Steve.
I
don't know
think
if
that's a compliment.
sarcastic or if he's being sincere.
I don't know either, but
I'm going
thanks.
to take
Steve.
it as sincere, and I appreciate it, Steve.
I take it as sincerity, although it's 50-50.
I'm
Yes.
pretty sure he's not being sincere.
I don't think so either. I come back like a
No,
beggar.
Next week,
It means that we're on such a low level that we're making
He's
other
laughing.
people look good.
But hey, man.
He had a chuckle. All right. Well,
All right, guys, we should round this up and
yeah.
get out of here, right?
Yeah.
Wrap it up. Not rounded. We're not rounded.
Round it up.
Rounder.
Round
Round
up.
Round up. What commercial is that from? Round up. Well, that's a spray. Anyways,
Round duck.
round up. I don't know. You don't
No, I
get that commercial?
join us next
my
week.
southern roots. Round up. Like
Yeah.
you're doing ranches. Round
Say
up the
y'all.
horses.
Say y'all.
Y'all.
Yo.
Say yuns.
Yeah. What does that mean?
What's
Yuns.
that?
Listen, I'll give you a sentence to say. You ready?
You're right, Steve. It does.
Yuns going over to the store.
Yuns going over to the store.
That's pretty close.
Onions. Yuns.
No, not onions. Yuns.
Young's
I
go
see
get mom
for a
some
lot.
mob burrs. He's out.
Shannon knows what I'm talking about.
Zach has forgotten more than you will ever learn, Mama. He's killing me.
That is complimentary. Well,
I just want to stay
just
here
to
to
me,
see
though.
this guy.
He's
Good old Steve.
We got to get him in here somehow.
Anybody
got
Somehow,
away with
gonna
it?
get him.
maybe if you poke the bear.
Can we blackmail him somehow? Anybody got any dirt on him?
Yeah, we'll work on it.
No.
I'll tell you
I'll
something.
tell you probably one of the funniest things I ever seen on one of his videos. That guy was hitting.
Well, I know what
The
it is.
guy was hitting the button over and over.
Yes.
He's like, "What do you think is stuck on stupid?"
It's like the oil reset button, how he chastises people for hitting the button like 500 times and then restarting the furnace finally and it smokes out the whole place or whatever. Classic Steve
That's
stories.
stupid.
I wish I could be that candid with my customers and tell them stuff like that.
I know it'd be awesome.
That'd be
Wait,
awesome.
Hold on, Nathan. I think that was twice. That's awesome. That's awesome. Supporting the show. That's pretty cool.
Nate Peterson,
Very nice. You did good, man. You guys got $60 in super
my new
chats.
best friend.
Man.
And we're not even looking for that. It's just It's
Remember
yeah.
how we discussed how that's what we wanted from this, Jeff?
Yeah,
Me
we
and you
want-
discussed that earlier.
You're right. All the super
We
chats
want-
in the world.
We want first good structured content and to entertain the masses.
Content did not come up in our discussion.
No, that's true. Yeah.
No, but it is great though. It is great that we got the super chats. That means I think they appreciate what's going on here, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's gonna give us something to do at the casino.
Oh, please.
I'm gonna take my portion and use it on meth.
Jeez. Upgrade the super bike there, Bill.
Mm-hmm.
What's that bike that you see commercials and it's like you have a big screen on it?
It's a
You're gonna see
Peloton.
that in the background soon. Fuck, what's it called?
Peloton.
What is it
Yeah.
called?
Peloton,
Yeah, it's
where
sort of
the
the P, I
ladies
can't
watching
pronounce
the class is like, I can
Yes.
exercise now that people are with
Peloton.
me.
Peloton?
Peloton.
Peloton. Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
Peloton.
Those are like $4,000, man. Those
Yeah,
are-
that's what you're saving up for.
shoot. Mine costs $17.
The official show review is in now. I'll read it to you guys.
Hey, we should wrap the show up before we do that.
Well, that actually plays into it. It says, great show, strong content,
Thanks, man.
hard to finish.
That's a good point.
Well,
That's exactly right.
listen. These guys know if they want to get away from the normal day grind, their wife's nagging at them, their husband's nagging at them, their
Take
kids
us out,
nagging at them, they could tune in next week.
Take it out. Take us out.
He said, "I will come on next time for a fee."
Sure.
I'll tell you what really happened to the blow bag if you come on next time.
There you go.
Yes, we could do a segment about it.
A big segment.
No,
Steve.
we'll do a segment off air about it, and then we'll go do the show.
$50, Steve. I'm in.
Don't pay him money. He's just gonna buy dog sweaters.
Dog sweat. See, Steve? No, you got to come back and rebuttal to that.
Someone's got to be able to end the show. All right, the show will not end. It's like you're just trailing off. It's like
We love these
dog
guys.
sweaters,
Sorry,
and
love
man, I
Let's go.
love stuff.
That
Wrap
was such
it
a
up.
good ending, too. I had a good
Wrap it
ending.
up.
Stop
Right
talking.
I ain't rap. I did a good ending. Now
I'm
you
talking
guys
Canada.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, Canada, why don't you end the show? Really, because let's do it. You can do it.
Okay, well, I said it before, guys. If you want somewhere to come where there's no talking back from your wife, your husband, your kids, anybody, you want to talk about HVAC, next week, HVAC Overtime.